Almost 7 in 10 managers admit they avoid having difficult conversations. But avoidance usually makes the problem worse because it festers and people see that nothing is happening. Hi, I'm Kathy Doherty, the People Navigator, and if you run a small business or lead a team, you're in the right place. Difficult conversations are part of running a business, but they don't have to ruin your week. The more experienced you get at having them, the more confident you will be and the more competent you will get. The key is preparation, structure, and your mindset. Reframe the conversation. Rather than seeing it as a difficult, punishing conversation, this is all about improvement, about helping that individual, about giving them the opportunity. It's like when I used to reframe a class exam, I would call it a class test. That just de-escalated the emotions I felt about it. Just that flip of mindset. And your tone will set the emotional temperature. How you approach it will determine how well it goes or not. Prepare your key points. Preparation is key. And I talk about that in this video up here somewhere. But write down what you need to say and make sure you are sure of your facts. Make sure it's evidence-based. It's not just a feel. You've actually got something to support the whole point of having the conversation. Keep your examples specific and recent. We're not talking about something that happened last year or the year before. It's got to be relevant and recent, which is why you're having the conversation now. Otherwise, you should have had the conversation back then. Choosing the right time and place will be another key aspect of setting the tone. That somebody feels they are not being looked at, they are not a public spectacle, but also they can open up and openly discuss with you. But also if it does get a little bit heated, there's nobody eavesdropping who could potentially interfere or make things worse in some way after the meeting. Make sure you schedule when you both have time to talk. You're not rushing, you're not going to be interrupted, and definitely do not take any phone calls or check your emails during that conversation. The focused attention is on each other. Use a simple structure. Don't overwhelm yourself. Describe what's happening, why it's a problem, and make sure you listen to what they have to say. This is a two-way conversation. Remember, you're leading with a curious mind. You're wanting to understand, because the more that you can understand, the more helpful it will be for you to identify what needs to happen next. And then you agree what needs to happen next. You agree between you and maybe what other kind of support the individual needs in order to make whatever the change or improvements are, whether that be from you or from some external source, or what they have to do themselves. Make sure they have to take some ownership of it. It's not all being given to them. They have a responsibility as well. And if you've been watching my channel for now, you will not be surprised at this last point: follow up. I would recommend summarizing in writing, not in the sense that you're wanting to formalize it, but more that you're wanting to make sure you're both clear on what you've agreed, what the next steps are, whether you have agreed to provide something or they have agreed to take something on. Make sure you clarify that in writing as soon as possible after that conversation, so the person can get on with whatever they need to do. You can get on with arranging whatever you need to arrange. But also it gives you a reference point that they can refer back to, you can refer back to, but as well if there's any tweaks or changes that are needing to be made, but it's all from the same understanding. You don't walk away from the same meeting with two very different versions in your head, which can happen more than you maybe think. What's your go-to tip for handling difficult conversations? Or are you the proverbial ostrich head in sand, which we know isn't true, but you know, it's still a good visual aid. And this is definitely where we are legacy weavers will come in handy. But if you'd like more practical leadership and people management tips, then make sure you hit that subscribe. See you next time.